Hi everyone, Robin here. Thanks for joining me on Poppystamps. Well, I have another card featuring one of the Luscious Script words, and this time I'm using hello. I'm kind of fixated on them because there's so much you can do with them. So let's get started. The products I use are the Luscious Script Hello die, which is a two-part die. You have the word and the shadow behind it. I'm also using the double stitch scallop rectangle frames, and I use 3 of the frames to create a lacy look to my birthday card I made for a sweet young lady who's turning 3. I started by cutting the larger frame from some white cardstock, and the backer piece I cut at 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. I then ran it through my die cut machine using an embossing folder that created these nice little X's. Once my panel was embossed, I just added a little bit of glue to the back of the frame and then placed my panel onto the frame. Just stay within the little scallops and you're good to go. Once I had it adhered, I just used my trusty acrylic block and allowed to dry. For my word hello, I cut it 3 times from white cardstock and once from gray. I'm going to create a slight shadow with the white. The glue I'm using is a Nuvo glue pen with a wide tip. Thought I'd give it a try, and it seemed to work out quite well. It was very easy to apply, and that big tip covered a lot of surface. Not sure how well it would work on a very fine die cut, but for this large word die, it seemed to work out quite well. I had plenty of wiggle room using that adhesive, so I just continued to stack my die cuts, one on top of the other, until I had all the white ones adhered together. I allowed those to dry and then added my gray word. I'm going to do a bit of an offset with this because I thought it looked kind of cool. I don't know who I saw do this on one of their videos, but it really adds a nice bit of dimension. And again, just allowed to dry. I'm using the second largest frame to create my front panel. And just like before, I'm adding a little bit of liquid adhesive to the back. And then the third largest frame, I'm doing the exact same thing, just a little bit of adhesive, and I just think this makes it look so pretty and lacy, just perfect for a little girl. Off camera, I did tie some white yarn around the top of my card panel. Here I'm just seeing where I would like the word hello, and I will be adding the liquid adhesive to the back and placing on my panel. You can see how that little bit of offset adds a bit more dimension to the word, and I will probably be using this on future projects. I really like the look. Once again, good old acrylic block and allowed to dry. Off camera, I created the small birthday girl sentiment. I just heat embossed using Versamark ink and some white embossing powder on a very thin piece of gray cardstock and just cut the left end of my little banner at an angle for some interest. I created my card base using an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock, scored at 4 1/4, and just folded in half and use my bone folder to create a nice sharp crease. I added foam tape to the back of my card panel, removed the backing tape, and added to my card base. To finish my card, I'll be using my favorite clear sequins. They are slightly cupped, but they don't have the hole in the center. Not that that bothers me, but I kind of like having it somewhat plain. And it just adds that little bit of sparkle that you need. I'd like to thank you for stopping by today and watching my video. I hope it has given you some inspiration on how to use many of the dies you probably already have. I hope you're having a great day and that you'll stop back again soon. Bye-bye.